Next video, we're going to do the isometric. Before you do that, though, make sure you have it all cleaned up. Your three views, your section view. You're going to want to put in a center line for each of the holes. So we can change this to center layer. Draw a line down here, and then we want one on the other side as well. You'll notice too in the packet it has all the dimensions on the isometric. You can put them on the section view. So all the dimensions that are here, they can go on this view right here. So when it's done, all the dimensions that are on the packet and on the isometric, you can place them right over here. You also need to put in a cutting line. That tells us where the part is being cut in half, and arrows pointing to the side that we're looking at. For that, you're going to use the cutting plane layer, draw a line, start it about a 1/4 inch or so outside to the left, and then go straight through the part, about a 1/4 inch side out to the right. Then you want to put arrows. So you can either make them yourself, or you could use QLeader, like you could do a QL enter. Just place one up here, maybe go down a little bit and then over, and then hit enter, enter. So now I have an arrow that I can move from like here to there. And then I could even do that same thing on the other side, or I could mirror it. Use my mirror tool from the midpoint of this cutting plane line to the other side. And no, I don't want to erase the source. So again, that's a cutting plane line just showing that we're cutting up this in half and we're looking at this side in the section. You also want to label section views. They should be labeled with like an A. If you have one section, it's A. If there were two sections on here, we'd have a B. So you don't use numbers just because there's enough numbers with all the dimensions on here. You still want to put in center marks. It's okay if the center marks are underneath the cutting plane line. So if I go to annotate and I click center mark, and I put one here, put one here. I already have these two down. I need to put one over here. You can also click on, like, say, this cutting plane line, and you could right click, go to draw order, and bring to front. So you're seeing that. But when you're done with the dimensions and three views, it should look something like this. And then you'll be ready to start the isometric. So with the isometric, first thing you want to do is switch your grid. So we need to right click, go into the settings and switch it to isometric snap. You notice how that changed. And I want to have ortho mode turned on. Okay, and then when I start this drawing, I guess I can do it up over here, and I can always move it down at the end. Remember, we're doing half of this. So if you're looking at your packet here, it's just the back half. So it would be 2 5/8 divided by 2, which would be this distance, and 1 5/8 divided by 2, because again, we're getting rid of this front half. So when you draw the initial boxes, I'll start maybe here. I'll go this way. I'll go 4 1/2. Then I want to go that way. It'd be 1 5/16 is actually half of that. Then I can go up the 1 and I believe it's 2.5, right? Yeah, 1 and 2.5, 1.25. So I'm going to start with the bottom box. So I'm going to get a line. Construction, I'll go this way. Again, make sure ortho is on. If it's not going the correct way, you'll have to do Control E to change the planes. I want to go this way, 4.5. And I want to go up 1.25. I can go, I guess I got to go this way now too. That's the 1 5/16 dimension. So 1 5/16 is 3.125. So 1.3125. I go Control E. I'll go back down the 1.25 and close that off there. I can go this way if I want to do the 4.5 again. Go down. And then actually this back one is going to be longer. This back line is going to be 1 7/8. So I go up here, I go up 1.875. You're looking at your plan. That's the back corner. So here it's 1 1/4 inches. Here it's 1 7/8. And then we want to go forward 3 1/4. So I'll go this way, 3.25. And then I can just kind of go down a little bit there, and then I'll just grab a line from here and go this way. I can trim that up so the lines just kind of intersect. We also need to figure out what half of this is. So 1 5/8, so that's 1.625. So you're going to have to divide that by 2, which gives you 0.8125. So 0.8125 is this measurement from here to here, from there to there. So 0.8125. So if we go back here, so we're going to draw a line this way. Do a Control E. 0.8125. Again, that's half of 1 5/8. We're still going to come forward 3.25 and then connect this. I can go this way. Same thing. I'll just kind of go draw a line there, and I'll just do a Control E, kind of go down, and I can trim that up. And then the last part would be this line, which goes all the way this way. It's going to go 4.5, but you'll notice that some of it's hidden behind there. So we're just going to trim it. Click this, and then we can trim all that. So that's how you set up the initial boxes. Again, the main measurements were half of 2 5/8 and half of 1 5/8. And then we, 3 1/4 this way, half of 1 5/8, 4 1/2 this way, and then half of 2 5/8. So once you have the boxes set up like this, we can start to work on the inside. On a little bit. So we got to get the center points on the top and the bottom, and then get this hole in there. So we'll start with the top center points. They're 1 1/8 over. So 1 1/8 and then another 1 1/8. So I'm going to take a line. I'm going to go from right here. I'm going to go this way. Maybe I'll change the color of the line so I can see it better. We'll go 1.125, and I'll do it one more time. 1.125. I have 2 lines there. That's going to be one center point, and the other center point will be over here. Size of those holes are 5/8 diameter. 5/8 diameter, and remember to use the ellipse tool. So we're going to do an EL enter, I enter. Got to do Control E to flip this, and I want a diameter, so D enter, and it's 5/8. So we'll do that one more time. EL enter, I enter. Click our center point here. D enter for diameter, and we want 5/8. Eventually, we'll trim off the front half of this. The back half, what you'll need to do is draw a line here. Kind of just go forward so we can connect that intersection point. You won't be able to really get that. It's hard to get that intersection point. So I like to draw the line so I can get it really easily just by clicking right there. And I go this way. I'll just kind of go past and then trim it. Trim this, and we can trim this. And we can trim the front half of these circles. In fact, everything in here will get trimmed as well. Delete this, delete this, delete this, and we'll trim that last little piece. So that's what that opening looks like on the top, right here. The other thing we need to do is, you'll notice that it's going to go down, so we can go up 5/8. That same 5/8 diameter circle, we're going to have it over here, 5/8 up from the bottom. If you look at the example here, so this is the exact same curve from here to there, and the length of that line is 1 1/4 inches. So we want to move it, copy it down 1 1/4 inches. If this is 5/8, that's 1 7/8. So the difference there is 1 2/8, which would reduce down to 1 1/4 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what I already did. And I'm going to click copy. I'm going to start my base point here. I'm making sure I go straight down. And I'm going to type in 1.25. And then I can connect this. And clean it up a little bit better. And then I can connect this as well. And I'll trim off. I won't see it. Delete it. Okay, the bottom is also same idea. The only difference is instead of it being 5/8, it's 1 3/8. But it's the same center points, an inch and 3/8, or an inch and an eighth over, an inch and an eighth over. So I'm going to grab a line here, go this way, Control E, we'll go 1.125, and we'll do it 1.125. We'll do it twice. So now I have the center points for the bottom ellipse. So EL, enter, I enter. I'm going to do Control E. I need a diameter, and this one's 1.375. And I can do that same thing again, or I could copy. Let's copy from here to there. And same idea down here, I need to draw a line from the middle, and I like to go past the circle so that I can easily get this intersection point. And then this one, I just kind of draw that way. Now I have to clean this up and trim a lot of this out. One last line though first would be this 5/8 line here. We're going to go up 5/8 and then connect it to the other part. So the top holes were 5/8, the bottom is 1 3/8, and there's a 5/8 elevation there, distance that you want to get. So I'm going to grab a line. So from right here, do a Control E. Let's go up 5/8. And then it should, if you did it right, just connect back to here. So if you remember when we did the 3 views, we kind of had, or the section view, we kind of went up. Oh, it kind of looks like a T shape going up, over, up. Well, it's the same idea here. It goes up, over, up. So at this point, I should start trimming. So I'll do a TR, enter, enter. I'm going to get rid of the front of this. And get rid of this inside. I can get rid of this line. I don't need it anymore. I need to trim this. And I can get rid of all this stuff. And let's see, hold on 1 second. It should go down 1.25. And actually, this curve we can delete because it's going to be kind of hidden behind there. We want to do this same thing where we go over. We did the up, over, 5/8 up, then we went over. We want to do the same thing here. We want to go up 5/8 and over. So with that, we go down here. Grab a line. We're going to go this way. Do a Control E. And I'm just going to kind of go right about there. And then I'm going to go up from here, 5/8. And then just kind of connects back to this point right there. And I can kind of trim this up a little bit more. Get rid of this line. That's what the inside should look like. Again, you have the 5/8 diameter circle on the top, which we copied down 1 1/4 inches. Some of it gets kind of hidden back behind here. And same thing here. We have the 1 3/8 diameter that we kind of cleaned up. And we have that shape where we go up, over, up. And then same thing here. We have up, over, up, kind of like that upside down T shape. So that's what you're kind of looking for. This part here, yeah, you'll have a little space here. This kind of goes, it does continue around here and connect. However, we're not showing the hidden features back there. So yeah, this hole would kind of keep going and connect, but we're not showing the hidden features. The last thing we need is the 5/8 drill hole. So first off, we're going to go up 5/8 so we can locate it. So 5/8, and it's an ellipse, EL, enter, I, enter. We're going to use this as the center point. Do a Control E, diameter of 5/8. Now the depth of the hole is 11/16. So it goes in this way 11/16. So I'm going to copy it. First, maybe I'll just trim off the left half of it since I won't need that. I'm going to click the ellipse, click copy. We'll go from here. Let's do a Control E so we can go this way, and we're going to type in 11/16. And then I can connect the bottom. I can connect the top. And I'm going to draw a line straight down because if you remember in the 3 views, we did the little tip part, which was 1/8 of an inch. So you have your 11/16 drill hole, and the little triangle part goes 1/8 of an inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line this way, go 1/8 of an inch, go up 5/8, and then back over 1/8 of an inch. Now I can just draw that triangle part myself from a line connecting from the bottom to the midpoint back to the top. And then I can delete these 3 lines as I won't need them anymore. I can also delete this line, and I need to trim a little bit because I won't see that curved part goes up underneath, which is hidden. And again, we don't want to show the hidden features. I'll trim all this out of here. That's what the drilled hole will look like in isometric. When you're done, it looks like this, and we want to hatch it again. So we're going to use our section layer. We're going to use our hatch tool, and we're going to click at everywhere that the blade touches the part when it's sliced in half. And then when you're done with this drawing, we can set this one up on ANSI B 1:1 scale. Don't forget to fill in your title block. Make sure you have all of the dimensions on there. And that will complete the locating block drawing.